Alright, we are gonna get started with this live. We got two people in here. We got Dr. G back right now. We have Carson Captures, which is my buddy Carson. I don't know if you're watching, dude, but how's it going, Carson? So, I'm gonna wait for a few more people. First comment after stream started. I'm gonna wait to see how people are doing before we get into this. How's everyone doing tonight? Hey, Ricky, welcome back. Sleepy the Sloth, how's it going? Needs water, gotta stay hydrated. So, Cade, alright, we got some people in here, it looks like. So, what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to switch to my overhead. We're going to be taking a look at this board. Someone lost some hair. Literally today. Thank you for noticing. My hair was like probably 6 inches of hair. My hair was brutal, so yeah, we got a haircut. But yeah, what we're going to be doing today is taking a look at this board. This is a sponsored stream, so I do have to say that for transparency. But this board kind of interested me because it is a very unique looking board. Sleep schedule royally messed up. Glad to be here. Stream die? Nah, the stream did not die. We dropped 0 frames. That is you, Osloy. So yeah, we're going to be taking a look at this. And yeah, let's just dive into it and take a look. We're going to take the board apart and just kind of see what's up with it because it looks really unique, which is what kind of interests me for this board. Although there are some things with it that I think could be better. We'll take a look. I don't really know too much going into this about this board. I just kind of was like, hey, they reached out. They wanted me to do a video on it. So I was like, sure, I'll do a live stream. So let's crack this open and take a look. Grab a nice blade here, stab into it. And I think this board will be interesting to a lot of the, I guess, quote-unquote normies, right? That just like 60% boards, because it's just a pretty typical layout, but pop this open. And there we go. So you're going to see really quickly why this interests me. It looks super unique. So let's pop this open. And you're going to see right now, like I thought this thing looked really cool. Like, look at that. And I believe it is wireless too. And it's like gasket mounted, but it is a pain to get into from what I saw. But yeah, it looks like it has a bunch of stuff on it. Let's see what else comes in here. What else we got? We got instruction manual. We're going to ignore that. We got some more stuff in here. What do we have in here? We have a keycap puller, which I don't actually use the ones that come with keyboards because I got this weird one here. I mean, this one's kind of crappy. I got it on Amazon, this one, but a little bit more luxury than the ones that come with boards, but it works, so we'll put that off. I had the feeling that if this was a sponsored review that would be boring, but for some reason it's gone already. What do you mean? I mean, I'll make it interesting for you, so let's take a look at what else we have here. Alright, so we have a cable, USB-C cable right here. It's actually a very nice cable. Hang on one second. That is very flexible. That is that's a silicone cable. It's actually pretty nice. So yeah, that's nice. We'll put that off to the side. Put all this stuff back in the box. And then let's take a look at this board because we're going to tear it down too. But let's just take a look right now. So this is the Mojo68, which I can actually show you. Let me get this off of here. I can actually show you on my screen here. This is the Mojo68. It's $200, which we'll see if it's worth that as we look at it more. But, I mean, for the unique look so far, I would say if for looks, price could be anything, right? But we have to see if it can hold up to that. But it is the Mojo68. I got this with the box plastic keycaps, or the box plastic switches, which sounded kind of cool. I think they're unique for MelGeek, so they're specific to them. But what else do we have here? Just basic stuff, hot swappable. The only thing with it that I think is weird is that it doesn't have QMK support, so we have to use like their program, which on a 60%, that's not the biggest deal, right? But we'll see how that works. This board is giving space vibes. All right, so yeah, let's peel off some of this stuff because it's protected with a bunch of stuff on it like that. I'm just gonna rip it off. There we go. Oh wow. So look at that there. And I believe this is silicone in the bottom of this too, which is gonna do stuff for sound, but let's pull all this protective plastic off. Yeah, this thing looks really unique, like really, really unique. So let's take a look at it. Let's take a deeper look at this thing because this looks pretty. I haven't even like test typed on it yet. I'm just looking at it because this is what interests me with this board is that, you know, it has like this really weird, like clear Mojo68 stuff on there. This is plastic keycaps. Ooh, okay, that might be good. But like the side profile, so you can kind of see it will sit on your desk like that. We have our plastic right here. What does that say? Does that say Boogerwork? Boogerwork X MelGeek. So I guess that might be who made it. Let's take a look. Boogerwork. I keep thinking burger. Boogerwork. I'm not aware of who this is, but I guess it's a collaboration between them. So maybe this wasn't a design that they did. I'm not too sure. Like going into these, I don't really do much research on them. I just kind of just take a board and take a look at it. That's kind of my style. This website is not loading, so let's take a look here again. So yeah, that is USB-C right there, and it does have this switch on it, which I believe is to switch between different systems, I believe, or it might be the power switch. We will find out, but let's get this plugged in and get the software working, because it does use their own custom software, which is the only thing that so far going into this I don't like about it, is that it isn't QMK. Now, that isn't a massive deal for a board like this where, you know, it's a 60%, you have most of the keys you need, so you're not going to need to do crazy reprogramming to it, but it would have been nice if it was a QMK board. So we'll go to software and firmware, and there were two versions. There is MelGeek Hive and KB Tools. I believe this is the one we want to use. If it has Bluetooth, maybe the switch pick switch device. I'm not sure. Let's actually, you know what? Let's do something that I don't normally do. Let's actually take a look at this, which is the manual, which will probably tell me what that switch does. Right there. Look, if we look at the manual, isn't this amazing? So we have dongle. Wait, is there a dongle? Hold on. It says dongle mode. So if you look at this, it says dongle, USB, or Bluetooth. So does this have a dongle? Does it do 2.4? Let me download the software really quick. Yeah, I think it does 2.4 maybe. Does it have a dongle? I don't see a dongle anywhere. Is that it? Oh, why look at that. That's actually really cool. Is that a Lego dongle? Look at that. That is a... I fixed my Stream Deck too, so I can actually zoom in with the stream, which works good. Gayo, I don't know how to say any of that. It's Japanese, I think. English would be easier. But yeah, so it has a 2.4 gigahertz dongle, which is actually really good because then you don't have to deal with Bluetooth, because as you know, if you've seen any of my streams before, I often have issues with this keyboard and Bluetooth because the computer's like all the way over there, so it will disconnect. But let's just take this dongle for now, and we won't use that yet. Yeah, I have no idea what you're saying, but hopefully it's good stuff. Alright, so let's switch back here and take a look at the software. We want to download it anyway, because Google thinks that it's a virus, like everything. Google thinks everything's a virus. Lego my dongle. Yeah, it looks like, it does look like a Lego dongle. It's like all white too. Like, it's kind of cool looking. So... But yeah, let's get this installed. KB Tools. Is this installing? Hello, computer. Alright, we want to install it in English. Next. He's asking if Bluetooth. Yes, so it does. It has Bluetooth. Let me finish this. So it has Bluetooth, dongle, and wired mode, depending on what you select. So middle, I think, was wired, right was dongle, and then this way was for the Bluetooth. So, what do we have here? Oh, for some reason, this program is blocking my thing. Do they want me to use MelGeek Hive? Will that work with this? I saw that it doesn't allow you to reprogram it, maybe, so we'll see. Oh, thank you, Osloy. Google Translate. I was curious about this. I want to hear the sound as soon as possible. Is it blue teeth? Blue teeth. That's what Google Translate is. Yeah, so we will do a sound test on this. I just want to get it set up and working first so I can reprogram, because I use Colmac, so I can't actually type on this in QWERTY. I have to change it to Colmac, so I have to reprogram that. So we will just do that first, and then we will take a look. All Dev, how's it going, dude? All right, let's download this. Overall, I think the board looks really cool, though. Like, I mean, it just looks really unique. It does have a few different options. I keep getting sidetracked. I'm trying to get the software installed, but I want to show this stuff because this board kind of, like, they reached out to me and they're offering a different board they have because they have a bunch of different boards, but this one specifically kind of just looked cool because I haven't seen a board that's like all transparent like this. It just looked really unique. So that's what kind of interested me with it. Because normally I won't take boards like for free unless they interest me, right? Unless something about them is unique or cool. And like you can see they have this like style going on. It looks really, really cool. I think actually, are they the ones that do the Lego board too? They might not be the ones that do the Lego board, but they have this. You can see they do like this transparent thing. It just looks really cool, I think. But let's get this program installed so we can actually use this thing. So let me just open this up. Come on, computer. Load. You can do it. I have faith. Do I have to extract this first? Let's actually do that first. Did I just freeze my computer? I like that people are translating back and forth using Google Translate for me. This is actually great. Alright, so let's go here. MelGeek Hive, we'll install this. So it looks like the KB Tools was our older program. We might have to use that depending on if I can do what I want or not. Sleepy the Sloth, I love the busy style of the boards. Yeah, that's what I thought was cool. Like, I mean, it's not, like, super busy, right? But, like, it just has all this stuff on it that's kind of, like, cool, right? Like this. Like, it's, I don't know, like, mech almost. Like, it has the, like, length and width of it. And, like, I guess this is made in 2021, or designed in 2021, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. So, all right, so we have now officially this on here. And actually what I can do is I can show an overhead too. I have that so we could kind of look at the board. Let me take a USB cable, or I have a USB-C here. I'll just grab this one. And we will pop this into here. And let me actually look at the manual. Which side was it for the wired mode? Because that's what I want to use, because I'm not going to worry about Bluetooth or any of that right now. So in the middle is wired, so it comes by default in that middle position, which is wired mode. So we will plug it in. Okay, it detected it. All right, so yeah, this isn't too bad. Oh, we're updating. Let's see what we do. Once you go column or stagger, you never leave the swagger. I don't know. Ortho is where it's at for me. So we're going to actually see how I can type on this or not, because I am... Hold on. This is messing with my Stream Deck. Oh, it's already lighting up, but this is different than how I normally type, so I'm going to be messing up keys and stuff. So we'll see how that works, but let's take a look at this. And let's see what we can do here with the program. So actually, let's first of all, let's just rebind this to QWFP. Is this actually updating automatically? Okay, cool. So that is automatically updating. I'm just changing this to Colmac since I type with Colmac and I can't type on QWERTY, so I have to rebind everything. The tiny keyboard in your corner of your camera view is column or stagger. Yes. I call it column stagger. So yeah. That's a corn, by the way. J, L, U, Y. And then this is that key. ARST, D, and E, I, O, ZXCVB, K, M. That should be right. So I should be able to now type with this. Ooh, those feel interesting. I don't know. Those feel almost short travel. Is the Typeractive Corn your daily driver now? No, the Typeractive Corn is my downstairs in the studio workshop area keyboard. But the issue is not with the board. I have an issue with the Bluetooth on my computer because it's like all the way in the corner over there. So like it disconnects even though the Bluetooth's high. So I just use it. I use it wired now and it works fine. But question: how do you start with Colmac as opposed to standard QWERTY? Basically I just quit QWERTY and just switched completely to Colmac, and that's kind of where I'm at. But let's switch to this. I just want to see. Can we actually hear this? Is there sound for this right now? Let's just hear this really quick. And my mic will sound weird right now because I'm using two mics. There's this mic here and then another one, so I'm going to sound a little bit weird when I talk, but if I type... That feels really That feels really good, actually. All right, yeah. So we'll get a better typing test later on. I want to just kind of take a look at this now. Let's just see what we can do with it. So, like, for now, you basically have seen the board, right? Like, we've seen it. Let's see what we can do with the software, because this, I think, is the biggest limiting factor on this, because it isn't QMK. It's kind of this in-house software, which, I mean, it looks good. This is very easy for, like, a beginner to figure out. But, you know, it's not QMK, and I'm used to QMK. So, let's take a look. All right, let's turn that backlight up. What can we do with the backlight? Can we do any animations with it? Mode. So these are different modes. Is there like a cycling mode? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Let me switch to... So when I'm in the software, it doesn't allow me to use my Stream Deck because it's probably like taking over some controls or stuff. But let's just take a look what we could do with this. So there is like lighting on it. It sounded comfy. Can you put the mic right up to it? Yeah, I'm going to do a typing test here in a few minutes. I just want to take a look at the LEDs on it because it does have like full lighting. So let me connect to I can connect to my lights here. I've never showed this actually. And I can kind of control everything. But I just want to turn these off so you can kind of see it for right now. So we have different settings going on. Trying to find out what we can actually do here. Can we just change the color? Do I have to select everything? Control A. Oh, okay, so it's changing the color. Okay, so we can do individual key lighting, which is nice. We can turn everything down like this. But what I want to do, are there animations? Like, can we do... What's this mode? Ooh. What is that doing now? So it does have full backlighting. What is that doing, though? Does it do any things if you type on it? No. So we have our macros, shortcuts. So you can pretty much do what you'd want in this program. You could change a lot of stuff. And it's a 60%, so like for the most part, it's not really a big deal that it's not QMK. But what I want to do is let's do a real typing test on it. Let me just turn off all that. Oh, actually, I want to find out. Okay, there we go. So we can do that, and then we can just change them all to whatever color we want. Let's put it on mode 0, and then we will just do them all yellow. Are those even illuminating? I can't see. Let's see what we have here. All right, there we go. Okay, cool. So we could do like all green. Let me turn off my lights so you can see this. There we go. So we can do like all green. So I guess mode 1. It's not very clear on what the modes actually do, but you can change them all, and you can kind of see it kind of like animates for the top as you change them, which is nice. So it kind of flips to them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just set it to, let's just do blue. I think that looks cool. I think it'll match the overall look of it. So what we're going to do now is actually do a real typing test. So we're going to go here. We're going to switch to the typing view, and then we are going to pause the music. And let's get this mic right up close to it so we can kind of hear. And these are actually, let me actually show you. These are the box plastic switches. So if we pop one of these out, and let me use my nice tool. So we can pop one of these off. Little keycap without yoinking the switch out. So we have a box plastic in there. And then I wanted to show this off. This is a $20 switch puller that is made from titanium. It's a Wook Studio, and it's supposed to work good. So let's see if this pulls it out good. Okay, that worked very good, although I flung it towards me. So we can see that it uses these box plastic switches. They are a box dustproof cover there, orange bottom. And what type of spring is in this? Let's take a look. Let's just disassemble it and see. So far, they feel really good. I don't know if they're pre-lubed either, so we will find out once I pop this open. If my switch puller wants to open it. There we go. So it looks like... It does not look like they are pre-lubed at all, but they do feel very smooth, and I don't think... I can't hear with the headphones in, but I don't think they're very scratchy either, so... There's the rest of the housing. Looks like it has a long spring. Is that a long spring, I think? We'll look at the specs on these in a second, but let's put this back together. We have that position right. Is that right? Or is it this way? There we go. All right. So this is also hot swappable. So if you wanted to put any switches you wanted in there, it looks like it is 5-pin hot swap compatible. So you could put any switches you really wanted in there, which is nice. But we're just going to take this one, and the pins go towards the top, so they are south-facing switches, so they face south, which is nice for your cherry profiles, which a lot of people often tell me on my boards that they're not compatible with cherry, so my boards aren't compatible with cherry because I do the north-facing switches. But we'll pop this back on. We have that all set up. And now we can do a real typing test. So when I switch to the typing mic, I'm not going to talk much, otherwise it will sound very weird because I have like a dual mic set up, so it will sound just kind of weird with the reverberation. But we'll do a typing test. Let's see how it sounds. Is this mic not coming through? No, it should be coming through. Is that quiet? I mean, it doesn't sound quiet. It sounds good, I think. It feels really good. Is it quiet? Does it sound quiet on the mic? Because I see it coming through pretty decently loud. That spacebar sounds stocky. Let me hear without some headphones because it's kind of hard to hear with the headphones. Let's do it again. Let's do it. Let's do another typing test and get a new one too. Yeah, the spacebar is stocky. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I'm actually really enjoying that. That feels pretty good. I'm actually surprised with these switches because I've never heard of them. I think they're custom made for them, but they sound really good. And so far, for being a pre-built, maybe worth the 200 relatively speaking. Yeah, that's actually what I'm thinking so far. That for 200, it's not bad so far. But what I want to do now is, because I'm me, of course, we're going to take it apart and take a look inside. So the one thing with this board that I saw, what controller is it? Maybe you could install your own firmware on it. I don't know. We'll have to find that out when we look into it. But the one thing with this board, I mean, there's the two things I've seen so far that I don't like. Is one, that it isn't on QMK. I mean, that's not the biggest deal, like I mentioned a few times, but it would be nice if it was on QMK, right? The other thing is that there are no screws here. So you can see there are absolutely 0 screws to get into this. So the way you get in, from what I've seen, is there's these clips. These are like clips, and you have to use these types of picks. Hello, Bright. So you have to use, like, basically Apple technology. Mr. G's gonna get mad about that, or happy about that, maybe. But you have to use, like, these and kind of, like, pick into it to get into the board, and I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to use these to get in, because it's like, you basically have to loosen all these clips, and then the back will pop off, right? So, yeah, the fun is about to begin. So, we had to kind of pop these in. And yeah, that just... Alright, so I just heard that clip off, which is good. But this is the one thing I saw people saying online about this board, is that it's not easily to get into it. So, we'll see how easily we can get in, but I don't know. Do we just put those in and then what? Do we just... I don't want to scratch it either because this is all plastic, so I don't want to, like, scratch the hell out of it because it looks really cool. So I'm going to put anything that can actually scratch it away. And we will talk about the dongle later too, but let's see if we can get into this. Do I have something that I can kind of slip under to open it without destroying it? Yep, that just popped out. I think a Dremel rotary device would work. Are you making it being serious, or is it a joke? I mean, we could just slice it open. Yeah, definitely could do that. These picks might be too thick too. I might have to actually go grab some of my dad's real guitar picks. I could text him to bring them down to me. Actually, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna text him. I don't even know if he's watching this. I'm gonna text my dad to bring me some guitar picks. Let's see if he actually does it. Let's see. See, these are kind of getting gnarled up here, too. Yeah, because then they just fall back down and re-clip, and that's just really annoying. So, my dad has real... Scotto dad reveal. My dad has real guitar picks, not these. These aren't guitar picks that I'm using right here. These are electronic picks. But you can see that they're really thin on the edge, but then they get thicker, which is a problem. Because I need to get these, like, deep in here to, like, bypass those clips. But I can't get them deep enough because they're not, like, thick enough. So, maybe we could just do something really... No, I do not want to do that. That might be bad. What else can I use here? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go grab the picks, because I don't think he got my text. I'm going to go grab those and see if I can get them, or maybe find a card. So I will be right back in, like, 1 minute. Alright, I am back. We just chilling in the Scotto rating room right now? No, Zach, I went to get these. We have real guitar picks, and not these crappy things here. So what we could do... Yeah, now you can see, look how deep I can get that in there. So that's what we need to be able to pop this open. I'm all out of breath because I ran up the stairs. Oh boy. So this would have been nicer if it didn't use this type of mechanism. If they just use screws, but it's whatever. He told me not to break them either. I might end up breaking them because this is kind of really... Oh, there we go. There we go. Alright, so that looks like if we get into side... Alright, there we go. Careful not to break them. I'm trying my best here, man. Alright, so yeah, it looks like what we do is we get them in and then we kind of... Just like that. I don't know what are these? These are hard picks. Or heavy picks. Flourish. Not a fan of cases like this. Yeah, this is the other thing that I saw with this board that I was kind of annoyed with, is that it uses this weird mechanism. Translation. I don't like this type of body because it can't be easily disassembled. Yeah, you can see this is a pain right here. Now, oh, that just popped. Perfect. So that is what I wanted. Now, here's the thing, though, is that this is a pre-built, right? So, like, really, are you going to have to do this? It sounds and feels pretty good stock, so you don't really have to do this. The only reason I'm doing this is because I like taking shit apart, so that's what we're doing. But let's see how we get in. I think we almost have it. Oh, there's these little sneaky ones on the edges here, too. There we go. Alright, so as you get more of them out, they start to just pop, which is good. That's what you want. Don't want to crack it, though. That's the other thing. Gotta be careful not to crack this. I don't know if it will. Yeah, so I think we might be able to pop this now. Let's see. Now, the other thing, too, is maybe I had to take the keycaps off to do it. We will find out. Don't think so, though. So that one's in there. Alright, those are all in. So what we should be able to do... Let's see. Okay, that side's out. We're almost there. Ah, we popped in the whole bottom. So yeah, this is annoying to pop this open. Let's keep that one in there. Let's see if we can kind of get some leverage in here also. I haven't cracked it yet. I probably shouldn't say that just out of, like, jinxing myself, but... Yeah, Sleepy, that's what I saw online with this board, is that they said it's just a real pain in the ass to get open. There are actually 2 more clips right here, so there's one there and one there that we have to pop out. So that's probably part of the problem right now. Oh, wow, look at that. It just popped. Perfect. Okay, so now we are getting somewhere. One more clip. There we go. It is now free. Let's put these over here because we're going to need those. What we're going to do is, in theory, should be able to just lift this up, right? Yes. All right, so that comes off. There we go. So we have, like, this material in here, which is, like, can we take those out? Does that come out? We're taking it out anyway. So it looks like we have these little gaskets. So it's like a kind of medium firm gasket mount right there that just kind of sits on the top, so the PCB sits on it. And I believe this is also an aluminum plate. Let me zoom us in. Need keyboard, not friends. Right there on the is that the gasket, or what is that mounting to? Does that just sit there? Where does that show on the board? Oh, so you can kind of see that underneath right there. You know what this board kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of, like, those, like, anatomical models of, like, frogs and stuff. Let me see if I can find one of those. Let me see if I can find one of these. I remember this was, like, early 2000s, these things. Kind of reminds me of, like, these. Like, where you can see the organs and stuff inside, right? Like, kinda? I mean, kind of, right? Like, it's kind of transparent and stuff, but... Alright, so yeah, we have that there, which is the top bezel and has a gasket on it. Then we can lift this up, and we don't want to lose these small pieces. Let me put that back. We have picks everywhere. How do you have to go from keyboards to anatomic frogs? Because it looks like that. It looks like the frogs. It kind of looks like, it like reminds me of these. Like this one right here. Like, doesn't it kind of look like that? Right? Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think. It's a difficult job because you don't want to damage it because it's transparent plastic. And what if the letters are printed on this far? That's actually a good question, Osley, about the letters. Let's see. They're not on the inside, so the letters aren't on there. It looks like they are screen printed right on there. Which, this isn't like a phone where it's in your pocket and stuff, so I don't think that's a big deal, but I do think that these would wear off if you were to, like, scratch them or stuff, because it is just kind of printed on there. But, yeah, that's the top. We have the middle layer here with a battery on it. So there's the PCB, and these are, what are these? These are Gatoron hot swap sockets on there. And then we have the controller somewhere around here. The battery looks like it is hot glued on, but it is replaceable, which is good. It's just using a JST connector. So that's pretty good that we could replace it if we needed to. And this is a 4,000 milliamp hour. So there's a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which I don't know how battery life would be on this, considering it does have all that RGB and stuff. And it is also kind of nice that they put some foam on that. Some boards that I've seen don't actually put foam or anything on the battery. They just kind of sit it in there. But that's kind of nice that that's on there. And then this is, because it is Bluetooth, it looks like it uses a, let me zoom us in here, NRF module. So this is NRF Bluetooth. We have maybe our power circuit there, I would assume. But yeah, that's kind of the internals there. And have a good day typing. Have a good day typing right there. USB-C up on this side. We have our little piece here, which we could probably pop off. Let me see. Does that come off? That should come off. Well, that's the switch right there, so we can switch it to the different modes. And you can see actually when I'm switching it to left and right, that's the different Bluetooth modes. So one way is Bluetooth and one way is for the 2.4 gigahertz. You can see that these LEDs actually illuminate when I turn it on. But what I want to look at next is that we have some foam. So we do have some foam in here. If I kind of poke it, you can see there's some pour-on foam right in there in between the plate, which I believe this plate is metal. Is that text visible from the underside of the case? What do you mean is the text visible? This text? What do you mean by text visible? This here is a big piece of silicone. So that's a silicone, that's solid actually. That's pretty nice. So that just kind of sits in there. And then you don't want to lose these if you take it apart, because these kind of sit on the sides here. And I think they have to do with the mount, so the way it mounts in there. And I also don't want to break that battery, but yeah, so those will sit in there. And then we have this silicone that sits in the bottom. I'm dropping picks all over. With the silicone that sits in the bottom, so that will really dampen it. I mean, that's like a solid piece of silicone. Actually, what I want to do is this. I'm just curious, actually, how much these pieces weigh. Not that it really matters. I don't want to knock my camera there either, but not that this really matters how much these weigh, but it can kind of give you an idea of just how dense this is, because this isn't like a light piece of silicone here. It's a pretty substantial piece. So what I'm going to do is we will load this up and we put it into grams. It's a 150 gram piece of silicone on the bottom there. That's substantial for sound dampening, right? That's pretty substantial. So that's actually nice that it has that, and it is cut out to hold the battery and stuff in there, which is really nice. They went out of the way to have a nice day on the PCB. It was visible without taking it apart. Let's take a look, and I'm going to put these off to the side, these little pieces, because I do not want to lose these, and I feel like I'm about to lose them. So let me put these into a little cup over here, so we don't lose those, and we'll also put the dongle in there. So what Dr. G is asking is, the visible text, is it visible from the underside without taking it apart? Let's just kind of put this in here and see. I believe it is. Yeah, it is, right there. So you can see right on the top right, which is really cool. Someone else was saying in chat earlier about this board how there's so much going on, and there's a lot going on, and it's little Easter eggs, which is pretty cool. But this is nice too, because if I want to get this battery off just because I can, I want to take it off. I probably shouldn't take it off, but I'm going to take it off because this wouldn't be a Scotto video without taking shit apart. So it looks like what we have on there is a little piece of tape, maybe? Is that little piece of tape? Let's find out. Now, my assumption is that this would work also without the battery, so I actually do want to test that. I'm going to test that by taking this battery off and see if for some reason your battery did die, if the board would still work, because some boards that might not be possible. I'm just going to try to take this tape off here. Is it tape or glue? It's like a glue to kind of hold it on. So we could just kind of pop that off. All right, there we go. So that's like a tape or something they put on there to hold the battery in place. Then we should be able to just pull the battery out. There we go. So there's your 4,000 milliamp hour battery there. Nice that it is using just a JST connector instead of being soldered, because if this does ever blow, if you ever break this battery and you need a new one, or after 2 or 3 years batteries die anyway, you can just get a new battery and replace it, which is nice. And it is just a 3-pin little JST there. So that's perfect. Now what I want to see though is, will this work if your battery doesn't work? So in theory, I can plug this in and it does still work. So I don't know why I think that wouldn't have worked, but you know, just in case, you never know. Sometimes circuits require a battery to function, but that's pretty good. Got it. Reminds me of the adhesives they put in smartphones to hold the battery inside. Yeah, it's not as bad as that though. The adhesives that they use to hold batteries in is brutal. But also with this battery, what's kind of nice is that they thought of this, is that the battery sits in that part on the silicone there. So it just kind of sits in there, which is really nice that it does that. But yeah, I don't know what else we could look at in here. I don't want to take it apart too much, but what else do we have on here? Let's see what we have on this board. What is that chip there? I'm looking on my other screen. I don't know what any of this stuff really does. This is probably the power stuff right there. What is that chip? So there is individual lighting per key also, so you can see all the LEDs here. These are all the LEDs for the switches. Hot swap. Big ol' NRF module right there for the wireless. Let's see if we can get it working now. Let's put it back together, because I think I've seen what I want to see in here. Do I want to mod anything on this right now while I'm inside? That's the question. Should I do anything to it? I mean, it sounds and feels pretty good stock, so like, I don't know if I want to do anything, but let's take this battery, and which way does this go? It goes this way. Just like that. Pop that in. Perfect. We got a battery. So, do we want to mod anything? I don't have tape to tape mod this, although I think that would sound good, but it might actually interfere with this. So I don't really think you need to mod it based on what I felt so far. But we'll put this battery in here. Get that in there. Add some tape just for fun. I don't have masking tape though. I was gonna go buy it today in anticipation of doing that, but I don't think it really needs it. It sounds pretty good. It feels pretty good stock. So I don't think we need to tape mod it. But I will look at the stabilizers here in a second, because I want to see how those are done, if they're like lubed or anything. They do feel pretty good, so I'm assuming they are like lubed. But we will pop these back on. These are probably easier we put like that. So yeah, you can see what these little rubber things are. They hold the sides in to kind of keep it from moving. So it is a gasket mount. It's a gasket mount with a lot of like silicone. There's like no foam in this other than the foam in between the plate and the PCB. The rest of it is silicone. So it's like a very dampened board by silicone, which is very interesting. We'll pop these on, and these are a little bit pain to get on here. But if you lose these, I don't think you could get replacements. I don't think you're supposed to take this apart anyway, but I don't think you're technically supposed to. What type are the box plastic switches? They are Kale. Let's actually pop one off so I can show you if you haven't seen. Where'd my switch puller go? Let's pop off this one right here. So this is the switch. Where'd my puller go? There it is. My beautiful titanium puller. I love this thing. It actually... So these pullers are a pain. You gotta get, like... You need a good puller, right? Because if you have a bad one, you won't be able to pull the switch right. This one's decent, but it always does that. You know, I can never get a switch out, but this one's just kind of... Better tolerance isn't like a typical puller, but... There's the box plastic switch. Let me zoom us in even more. So it is a Kale style. I believe these are custom for this board. I think they're custom made, which we could look at their site again. Let me switch over. I believe that these are custom made. Oh man, that would look so clean with the numpad next. Even though I don't use numpads, that'd be pretty clean. I love the design. Linears, yes, they are a linear switch. But what I want to look at is what they were. I think they were custom made for this box plastic. Because I couldn't find any of them. Like if you wanted to buy them, like you could just, yeah, Kale custom switches. The only place you can find them is on here. So you can buy them from here actually, which is nice. It looks like they're $333 for 10 of them, and they feel pretty good. Like I'm actually, I do like them. They feel really good. I don't know what is the. Let's see. All right, so the operating force is 38 grams plus or minus 10, so they're a pretty light switch. They do have full travel distance, or relatively full travel distance right here. 1.8 actuation, so they're pretty standard switch, but they feel a little shorter. How do you use callback when you aren't using a keyboard where you can change the layout? Basically on Mac, you can change it, but this board's fully programmable, so I was able to swap everything. You could change it in the OS a lot of the time, except on Windows, you can't always. You have to like get a program to do that, but most of the boards out there you can reprogram in some way. Now we put that back on there. So that looks good. Do we have everything on here? I'm noticing there's like this little rubber piece here too. It's like this little rubber piece here, which will sit in between the plate and the thing. I just really like that. I like that little Easter egg there. Need keyboard, not friends. That's hilarious. All right, let's pop off the spacebar because it's probably easier to do this while we're inside of the board. Damn, that's pretty cheap. We popped the switch off. It's actually a good thing that that switch popped off there because that means that the tolerances on this plate are pretty good. Sometimes plates can be too tight and you have a hard time getting switches out, but let's see if these are lubed or not. And it looks like, yeah, there is a little bit of lube in there. I'm going to just take it up again. I have to be mindful of that battery underneath, but there is lube inside of there. You can kind of see it slightly. So they are pre-lubed. I wouldn't imagine like holy modded or anything like that, but they do feel good. I thought they sounded pretty decent. But let's get that back on there. I used a portable layout, but it acts weird sometimes. What do you mean portable layout for Colmac? What do you mean by that? So also, here's the keycap. If you want to see just how thick those are, they're pretty thick. That's actually pretty nice. This is plastic. Would you ever have known that this is plastic? So this is plastic. Goes on there. I always have trouble getting these on. I wouldn't say it's stocky, Dr. G. I'd say it's more kind of like in between thocky and clacky, maybe. But let's... Alright, do we have everything proper on this? Because once I seal this up, it's going to be a real pain to do anything else with it, right? Because we have to get those clips out again, but... Yeah, I think we're good. Nope, see, we want to make sure that that is seated down in there. We've got to get that over. So you can see these tolerances are actually really good on this with these little rubber things here. So they hold the plate, like, perfect. Najid, pretty sure that's steel. I don't think it's steel. I think it's aluminum. Oh, you're making a joke about the space bar. The plate is aluminum, yes, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I think this is actually like a ceramic keycap, you know? I think I saw a similar set on Hippo's channel. I did actually, on a different board I used a knockoff version of these, which they weren't the same color, so. Alright, do we have everything on there? Does everything look good? Because I do not want to have to open this again once I have this closed up, because that was a pain. I mean, it wasn't the worst in the world to get it open, but, like... You know, having to remove these clips is not fun, and I don't want to have to do it unless I have to. So it looks like we want to go this way to get the top parts in. I mean, yeah, you could see just how tight that is, too. Like, this part barely even goes on. Oh, and these, too. These here are cut to fit on there. So, on the Colmac site, you can get a program that you can execute to temporarily change the layout, and it doesn't require admin. I'm assuming you're on Windows, because on Mac, you don't have to do any of that. You can literally just change the layout. Like, you can just switch to Colmac whenever you want, and not have to deal with annoying programs and stuff. Alright, how do we get this on here? Is that going... Oh, okay, it just magically popped on. Now, I wonder if the clips actually... I mean, they could do that with screws, too, so... I was wondering if that was because it's silicone, but... They could definitely just do that with screws, so there really isn't a reason for those to be clips there. They could have just put probably a screw. But yeah, it's just on the website the keycaps are ABS or whatever PBT. These are the PBT keycaps. I don't like ABS because it wears down over time and gets shiny. These won't do that, and the sound profile is a little bit different. But yeah, that's fully assembled now. I really like how it looks, though. I really do like it. Do I have it fully clipped in? Alright, so let's see if we can connect this over 2.4 gigahertz now. 2.4 gigahertz, where's my dongle? Here's the dongle if you haven't seen it yet. I'm going to plug this in, and then in theory, I should... Oh my god, I dropped it behind the desk. Alright, so in theory, if I switch this to the 2.4 mode, where's the manual go? Here's the manual. So if we switch it to the 2.4 mode, which is to the... is that in, so it's this way. Alright, so that should be connected now. You did wire the battery, did you? The battery is connected. It is fully wireless right now. In theory, this should work. Alright, it does not work. Okay, let's figure out. Maybe you have to do a pair. Maybe you have to pair it to the wireless thing. Let's find out. Alright, so actually, here's some interesting info here. The red light flashes when the battery is low. So these are your battery indicators on the left here. I guess green means that we're good. No, green means 2.4. So green means... This manual is annoying me. God, it's, like, massive. So 2.4 is on the green down there. If we switch it to the left, we'll have blue there for Bluetooth. And then wired is just the light... what is it? Wired is just white on that. What are the other ones? So battery... Okay, caps lock. So let's take a look. So caps lock. don't know if it's actually going to do it since I'm not connected. Let's see if we can connect over 2.4. Please connect the device. I mean, it should be connecting over 2.4 right now, right? Did I not plug the dongle in? No, it's definitely plugged in. Let's try it on my other connector here. See if that pulls up. Oh, there we go. Now we have a dongle here on the computer. So we are paired. So you see that we're paired here. Nothing working though. Repair. No paired. Please hold Bluetooth. Oh, wait. So there's a thing we have to do on the board. Is that what this is saying? Okay, yeah, right here. Bluetooth mode and pairing. Let's try to pair this. Okay, so the keyboard supports multiple pairing. But that's Bluetooth mode. Am I on the right way? Yeah, that's right. That should be connecting. Please hold BT0 or BTP. Hold on. Please hold BT0 or BTP for 3 seconds. Is that working? Oh, it's flashing. We have a flashing light on it, but it's not pairing. Maybe we can try BT0? FN0? Let me turn it off and turn it back on. So turn it on. Pairing. Alright, let's try it over Bluetooth. We'll just try it over Bluetooth instead. I don't know why the dongle's not working right now. Let's see if we can at least get Bluetooth. Then we'll figure out the dongle. So Bluetooth should be... Yeah, Bluetooth it just detects. You can see right here, we just connect to it. Easy as that. There we go. We're done. So we're connected now, and we should... Yeah, so now we have a keyboard working. Bluetooth was easy. Let's see if it allows us to change anything when it's on Bluetooth mode, though. That's my question. Will it allow us to do anything? So it looks like to reprogram it, you need to do wired mode. So you program it in wired mode, and then you can use it. But we are on Bluetooth now, and you can see that we still have my key map. So we have my ARST, we have our QWFB, we have Colmac on there. Drivers, maybe. I don't think it's drivers, because you can see that the dongle's connected here. It says paired. Wait. It says paired. No, it's not paired. I mean, of course I want to use 2.4, though, because a dongle with 2.4 gigahertz, you're going to have less latency. You could, in theory, game with it. I believe I use the Logitech Lightspeed mouse. I use the Logitech Lightspeed mouse for, like, gaming and stuff, and those are 2.4 gigahertz connectors anyways, or dongles. So I want to get this connected over the little dongle here, but it's not detecting it. I think it's because I'm just not pairing it. So let's read this manual. Let's see. So it says... I hate manuals like this, too. Like, just give me a booklet, but this will work. Alright, so... we have Bluetooth. I don't think we want to pair it like that, though. Is there a pairing button on the board? No, there is no pairing button. It says that you want to press... what is it? BT plus P? Maybe my dongle's not even working here. Let's unplug it. Let's plug it in again. Okay, so we have this. It says hold BT or FN backspace for 3 seconds. FN backspace. We could try that. Okay, repair 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's check for updates. Okay, no device found. So I'm assuming the Bluetooth or the 2.4 mode will probably allow us to modify the firmware too. So Let me unplug this. Let's try this again. Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait. I'm trying something different right now. I'm ignoring the dongle because I just saw this that said QMK, and I've been saying this doesn't support QMK, but does it support QMK? Does it support QMK? I don't think it supports QMK. I don't know why it says QMK there. Let's see what we have here. So you can see your battery percentage. Oh, you can change your response speed in here. Oh, wired. Okay, so we can do that. It says 2. It says 2.4. It's probably secretly QMK. Yeah, it probably... I mean, maybe. This is like a custom skin for QMK then, though. It says it's paired, so why would it not... It says it's paired. Is there like a lock on it? Maybe? Paired, no connection. It just works. This isn't Apple. This is some... I'm doing something wrong here, I think. I gotta be. I mean, if I switch to Bluetooth, this will just work now. So I can just type on Bluetooth. That works. So I tried the dongle on a hub, and now I'm trying it... Well, it's on a hub right now, but... Let me try it just plugging it directly into the computer. Let me see what happens with that. Oh my god, I can barely get this thing. There we go. Okay, so let's connect it direct to the computer. So that's direct connection now. Let's see. Okay, so that's not... Okay. The buttons may vary slightly. Please hold BT0, BTP. BTP. Do I maybe just hold them? Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. It's connected now. What did I do? It's very slow right now over here. I think this is... Alright, so we're connected now, so I should be, in theory, be able to pull this now and then get it closer. Okay, so let's see what this does now. Yeah, it's not like in the dongle. Your computer wouldn't just hallucinate QMK. Do you have some other QMK device plugged into it? No QMK devices. This is, I don't know. I'll have to look at what this does with QMK, but... Okay, so the dongle's working, but it's, like, not working very good. You can see there. It's just getting stuck. So I don't know if the dongle doesn't work, or... Yeah, I'm not sure. Can we check for update? No device found, so it's not even connected either, is it? But it is connected over the dongle. Maybe if we restart the program. Let's quit this, and then let's relaunch it. Oh, wait, do I have something like... The keyboard's freaking out at me. That's flipping out there. Or is that my other keyboard doing that, actually? It might not have been this one. Let's see what we have here. Okay, so we're paired. We can turn this on to dongle mode. Let's unplug my other keyboard, and let's turn this one off just in case the Bluetooth is interfering too, because that's possible. Yeah, it keeps getting stuck. Do I have something else pressing space? Alright, let's see what we have for firmware. Let's just see. Let me turn this off so it doesn't keep flipping out on me. Why can't I open my Chrome here. Well, I'm going to hop off the stream. See you, Joe. See you, Audev. Thanks for hanging out while I try to figure out why this board is flipping out on 2.4. Wait. This board isn't even connected anymore, so why is it doing this? Something else is doing this. This isn't the board. Let's unplug the dongle. Maybe the dongle is flipping out. Let's plug the board back in. Let's go wired mode and see if we can... So wired mode works. What about... So I unplug the dongle. Do the arrow keys work? The arrow keys work. Okay. Let's see what we have here. It's grown sentient. Yeah, it has a mind of its own now. It has a mind of its own. Alright, so let's see what we have here for support. See if there's firmware. Alright, well, that might be helpful. Alright, pairing guide. Indicator holds green when paired. What happens if I... Alright, so let's plug this in. Okay, so it's not paired. Okay. The indicator holds green when paired. So if we unplug this and switch it to dongle mode, it's paired. So it's connected right now. But it does that. Okay, so hold this until it resets. So it says hold BT plus 0 for 3 to 5 seconds until the indicator light turns red. Just flashed. It's flashing green. It's not turning red. It's just flashing green. Alright, so it's not turning green. It's just flashing now. Maybe I have to turn it off and do that? My volume popped up. Oh, I have a yellow light on it now. What does yellow mean? So it has a yellow light. Let's try this again. Because I would assume once it connects, it would give me a serial number here. Maybe not, though. Yeah, because that's definitely not connected. I want to get this connected over 2.4 because that's better than Bluetooth. But not if it doesn't work. Okay, it's solid now. See, like, when I type, it just does that. I wonder if I just have, like, interference down here, maybe. That's a possibility that I'm thinking of, too, is that I have a lot of, like, wireless devices down here, and that would interfere with 2.4. Because I think Bluetooth is 2.4. Let me look that up. Let me plug it in wired mode. Okay, so let's do a new tab. I think it's 2.4, right? Yeah, it is. So that could be possibly why, is that I have like a ton of Bluetooth stuff down here. Like my camera's Bluetooth, my speakers, my lights, my phone. I have like probably 10 Bluetooth devices that might be interfering with it. But what we can do is flip it to Bluetooth here, and then that still works. So right now, we're on Bluetooth mode. We're typing, as you can see, and it's working wirelessly, which is nice. And it does have LEDs on it, too. So if I turn off my lights, but we can't change anything with that either. I'm going to unplug this dongle, because I don't want to deal with that thing. So let me turn off my lights so I can take a look at the RGB again. I'm going to plug it in for this. But actually, I'll do that. So you can see, we have RGB on it, which is nice. and then we can plug it in. So you can only program it, it seems, when it's plugged in. So we'll plug it in, and then it should be detected in here. Does it charge by USB-C? Yeah, so if I switch it here, let me turn on my lights so you can see again. Oh, I messed up my lights. I gotta fix these. All right, let me fix my lights because I just completely reset all of them. Luckily, I have them all saved as just saved scenes in here. Which one is this? I see stuff coming in on chat. I just gotta fix my lights first because you can see if I switch over right now to this, I messed up my lights, so now it's just all white and bright in the background, which I don't want. I want it to look like how my setup should look. Is that one right? No, that's the wrong side. Okay, this is starting to look proper again. That one on that. Yeah, okay. Then let me just fix my lights above me. Okay. Those are both blue. Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. We're getting there. Need this one. Okay, there. Now we look right. Okay, now we're good again. So, all right, let's see what people are saying while we had that lighting situation. Does it charge by USB-C? So yes, it does. There is a USB-C port right up there. We have it plugged in right now, and we should be able to see it in this program in a second here. So we run the MelGeek Hive. Now it's not detecting in here. Please connect the device. Is it on right now? Okay, there we go. So we had to plug it back in. So now you can see in here we have under the settings, you can see the charge on it. And I don't know if that Celsius thing will actually tell you how hot it is or not. That'd be interesting if it did. Let's see, are there any updates? All right, we're already on the latest version. We are connected over Bluetooth too. Let's see what we could do with the lighting. Shortcuts. Okay, so it looks like there are toggle system, light brightness. FN, where's FN2? Which key's FN2? Alright, so this is FN2. So lighting, shortcuts, light brightness next. FN... Okay, so it's reversed. So... And then whenever I'm in this, I can't... Okay, there we go. So it looks like if we hold FN and press V, we can turn it up, and then B is down. So these are actually reversed. It's like up is right and down is left. So we can change the LEDs there, but I don't know why you would do that when you could just use the software. But what are these modes? Let's see what we have here. Turn my lights down so we can actually see it. But to make sure to not mess with my light settings, this way I don't delete my lights again like I did last time. But we can turn that on so you can see now that we have a bright board here. But what do the different settings do? So it looks like M2 is just your cycling. So right now we're just cycling colors. M3 is pulsing, so we can make it go, oh my god, make it go into strobe mode. Sorry if anyone has like epilepsy there, I probably just hurt someone with that. Yeah, so that does that. Random color when pressed. Alright, so there. That's a nice slow glow, but... Okay, so the random color when pressed, you can see each key kind of illuminates. That's a nice little effect. We have M4 here, which is... Alright, so that's just a wave. I always like these wave ones anyway. Look, jeez. That's very sensitive, though. I always do enjoy, like, wave colors if I do get LEDs on my boards, even though I don't normally do LEDs. I do have stuff coming with that soon, though, but you can see it kind of does that. Oh, wait. It says right there, the mode. It actually says the mode. Alright, so we have... Alright, so M0 is none. M1 is bright. M2 is gradual, which is just the whole board changing. We have M3, which is breathing. M4, which is wave, which is the one that I kind of like, but we set it to a really slow, like that we do. And then, what's random color? So we have random color when pressed. Okay, so we have those. We have M5, which is ripple. What does ripple do? Oh, ripple is... Okay, yeah. Ripple is the cool one when you do this. And I don't know if QMK boards do this, actually. I'm not sure. I think they can. I'm pretty sure. It's been a while since I've used a QMK board with anything, but... Or with LEDs. But this has that, which is nice. We have M6, which is reaction. Alright, so that's just like you click a key in it. You click a key and it kind of just glows for a second. Then we have M7, which is random. So this just lights the whole board up random, I guess. We can do like that and just kind of looks crazy. Which is nice. Alright, so it looks like we can also have in here... We can have different preset ones, maybe? And then you can probably cycle through these with the keys, so you just have, like, different colors on them. Which, this is a nice way. Like, using a tool like this is a very nice way to basically change colors on a board versus how QMK you normally have to either use vial or you have to do, like, with different keys and stuff. But on here, you can kind of just select all the keys. You can change it to what you want, and then if you wanted to do, like, WASD, like, red, you could actually do that. So I can select all, we'll change them all to blue. Then we will unselect all, and then we'll select these keys. I want those to be red. So you can see that now we have different keys with different colors, which is nice. What else we have in here? I mean, that's really it. We have a few different function layers, so we can do all that if we wanted to. You can do mostly whatever you'd want to do, but these are under development, I guess. So you can do mostly what you want with it. But I'm going to switch back out to this now. And whenever I'm in this program here, I can't actually use my stream thing up here. I have to click off and then it works. So I'm guessing that program's actually like taking over everything. But what we're going to do now to finish this up here, because I think we've taken a good enough look at this. I'm pretty impressed with it, actually. It's pretty decent for 200 bucks. I think it's pretty decent for a pre-built. Other than the clips and no QMK, but the QMK thing's still a little bit of a debatable there. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a typing test. So we'll go to monkey type, we'll pause the music, and we will get a real typing test here. Esports profile, yeah. All right, let's just do a real typing test. Let's get this really close here. So let's see how this thing really sounds. I'm gonna stop talking because my mics probably sound really weird right now with the one here and one here. But let's get a typing test. Okay, so I'm a little bit slow because it's staggered layout and I'm used to, I'm used to this type of thing right now, but I think they feel really good, these switches. I'm actually really enjoying them. I am going to unplug it, and it is connected over Bluetooth right now. I can't figure out the dongle. I'm going to actually ask about the dongle, but do you think it'd be able to tell whether it was wired, Bluetooth, or dongle? What even are the time ranges involved? Well, it can tell because there's a switch here. So on the left, if you have it this way, that's the Bluetooth mode. To the right over here is supposed to be the dongle, but I can't get it to connect like reliably. And then in the middle is wired, so I can tell. But I think it's mid-range in terms of price. So you mean mid-range as in like bad for what you get, or mid-range as in like, I mean mid-range for keyboards? Like 200 is a pretty average price for keyboards, honestly. But can you tell though while typing? I don't think. Let's actually look. Let's put it to Bluetooth. So this is connect over Bluetooth now. No, I mean, I'm typing on this, and this feels fine. Bluetooth is fine. I don't know what it is, though, in terms of Bluetooth. Is it Bluetooth 5? Bluetooth 5.1. So, yeah, you'll be fine. For gaming, probably not. You don't want to game, but anything like just normal use, she'll be fine with just Bluetooth 5.1 on that. So you won't notice any delay when typing. The only thing is you don't want to game on Bluetooth. That's why it has the little dongle thingy here, is if you wanted a game, you could actually probably use this, because it probably says in here, if we search for latency, It doesn't say latency. Go ahead. Well, in theory, the latency would be a lot better with the dongle, but I can't get it to work, so I'm going to ask them why that's not working. But it does work over Bluetooth without an issue. So, like, right now, I'm on Bluetooth, and this is just working. Like, this is fine. And it feels really good to type on. Like, it feels really good. I wish there was, like, feel-o-vision where you could feel how this thing feels when you type on it, because it's pretty nice. But 5.1 is pretty low latency. Yeah, 5.1 is, like, the new standard. If you have 5.1, what is the latency on that, actually? Let's look it up. Up to 80 milliseconds. So up to, 80 milliseconds isn't that terrible for, like, you're not going to notice that typing, but gaming you would. So you're going to want the dongle, but I don't know why that's not working. But yeah, I think that's about it. Like, I think that's really it. I think it looks really nice. Now, it does say on here, it does say, where'd I put my tab? Let's go back. It says up to 240 hours. Backlight off. Okay, so 240 hours without the backlight. That's about what I expect. How long did it take to switch from QWERTY to Callback and get past 50 words per minute? Probably about a month, I think. I think roughly a month it took me to get from, like, QWERTY to 50 Callback. And it wasn't like an accurate 50. It was, like, really fast. I could do 50, but not consistent. I'm now at, like, on my normal boards, I'm at probably around 100. But on this board, obviously, this is, I'm not used to a staggered layout, so I'm getting a little bit slower here. But yeah, I think that's all I got tonight for this stream. You know, I just want to take a look at this. You know, they sent it to me. I think it's a pretty good deal for $200. I think it's a pretty good pre-built, especially with that silicone in there. Like, that silicone in the back that weighs 150 grams on its own is doing a lot for the sound. And it has these nice, like, rubber feet on it. It's a very unique looking board, and I have to not type on it because it's connected still. Let's turn that off. But yeah, up top here we have the plastic. It looks really, really unique. You know, it's a really unique looking board, which is what interested me with me. When they reached out, I was like, this looks cool. You know, send me one. I'd definitely like to check it out, and that's what we did. So, broken dongle, though. Yeah, I will say, the one negative with it that I found is this dongle. Like, this dongle is that I don't know why it's not working. It could just be my setup here. It could definitely just be how I have, like, a ton of interference down here, because I do have interference issues with, like, a lot of stuff. I'll hear, like, clicking on my headphones sometimes coming through from, like, all the interference I get when I'm on, like, an unbalanced cable. But 80 milliseconds, not good enough for gaming. Maybe it's literally your job. Maybe if it's literally your job. 80 milliseconds is a lot of delay coming in from, like, inputs. You would feel it probably. You have to factor in 80 milliseconds for the keyboard and then 80 milliseconds on, like, your game ping, depending on what it is. So you're looking at pretty big there, but that custom silicone looks pretty darn slick. The die they would have to make for that must have been hella expensive. Yeah, it's probably just a two-part, honestly. You can't really see the seam on it. Yeah, you can't really see the seam on it, but yeah, it's probably just a two-part. It's probably like a bottom part and then it just presses in. But yeah, it is a pretty nice part that it has. It's basically all silicone in here for dampening. It's not foam. There's just some pour-on in between the plate and the PCB. There's some foam in there, but the rest of the dampening is silicone, which silicone is more expensive to manufacture than foam typically because it's just a harder process. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. 80 milliseconds is noticeable online gaming. Yeah. There's a lot of plus in terms of design and Easter eggs. Yeah, like I really like that up here. That little need keyboard, not friends. Like that's just funny that they I mean, that's not even doing anything there. Like that piece of the PCB, they literally put that there just to have that text on it, which is awesome. Like that's actually that's really cool when companies do little things like that. Where up top here, they put this, have a good day typing, and then, you know, need keyboard, not friends. They put that little tab there specifically to put that text on it. There's no reason for that to be there other than that. It could be just to mirror this side too. Like it probably started out as mirroring this side, but that's pretty cool that they did that. They added those little Easter eggs, you know. We get the Mojo68 up front, the clear right there. I like it. It's pretty cool. I think it's fairly priced at 200, honestly. I think it is fairly priced because it's very unique, which it's doing a lot of work there with the unique factor for the price at least, because it looks unique, right? That's the big part here. But then, like, you factor in all the other stuff. It's a gasket mounted, it has an aluminum plate, it has these, like, unique switches and keycaps. So the whole thing together, 200, I think, is a very fair price for it. I'll link everything in the description down below where you can pick it up if you wanted to. And I did mention that this isn't, like, the only design they have for this. Like, if we switch over here, they have the Mojo68 series, it comes in a bunch of different options. They're all like super unique like this. They have like the black one, they have the pinkish one here, they have like these purple ones. They make some pretty interesting boards. So I think these are pretty cool, and they're all like $200. These are actually cheaper for some reason. But yeah, the other thing, not a massive fan that it uses their own software. It's fine, it works, but I would have liked to see just QMK. Maybe you can get QMK working on it. Let's actually search it up. Let's search that up. Mojo68. Let's see. Okay, so they're saying it's not QMK because the 2.4, which would make sense too, but I don't know. I guess it's not QMK compatible with that's fine. But my ping gets to 300. Average in my country is like 35 to 40. Yeah, when I'm gaming, my ping's like probably 20 to 30, typically. But like if you stacked on having 80 milliseconds over Bluetooth on top of 30 to 40 ping in game, you're looking at like 120. So that's a lot. But yet again, let's just look at this too. Look how cool that looks. We have a little RGB there, which we can actually, I think it is this key here. Yeah, so we can change that. You could probably change all this stuff with the keys and stuff, but it looks cool. I think this is a pretty cool board. That's really all I got for this stream here. I don't have really much else to say. We took a big look at this. I think it's cool. I think it's fairly priced. So yeah, I guess that's what I got for this stream. It was pretty enjoyable. We hung out for like an hour and a half here. I have a lot more streams coming up soon, a lot more design streams that I'm going to be doing because I have a lot of builds now that I'm kind of getting these sponsored videos done. So yeah, I'll let people say stuff if you have anything else to say before I hop off here, but I'll drink some water. Dr. G, expensive for me. Yeah, 200. I mean, 200 is a lot, but what's the delay for dongle? It depends. I know that my Lightspeed mice are dongles, so my Lightspeed Logitech mouse is a dongle like this too, and it's 2.4, I think, and it's like imperceivable latency. So in theory, if this worked, this is what you would want to game with, is the dongle, and your latency would be almost imperceivable. Like you'd be able to game no problem with that. When is the next one? The next stream is I don't know when. I want to do some videos first. I have some videos, but probably in a week or two I'll do a design stream. I'm actually working on something kind of crazy on another design, but if you look behind me there, I have 3 boards sitting there that I need to actually build and show on a video, so I kind of have to do those. They're just more builds I've been teasing for a while and just haven't gotten to, but probably in a week or two I'll do like a design video. What's the average delay for Bluetooth? It depends, and Bluetooth is prone to interference, so like you'll get interference on Bluetooth all the time, and that will cause issues too, like disconnects and stuff. So Bluetooth is really not optimal for gaming, right? But you know, a dongle, that's optimal for gaming because that's a different type of connection. I see you have 3D printers as well. Yeah, I have like 5 of them back there, and I have that, which is an old Mac, and it does work. I just don't know where the power cable is. But that's kind of cool that it works. Time to set some nighttime alarms. Yeah, I know you wake up at like 4 a.m. to watch these, but yeah, I'm going to hop off now. I want to go eat. I'm hungry. I think this looks cool. Let's look at it again just one more time. Looks awesome. The RGB is really cool on there too. Although with this RGB, it will probably only last like probably 8 hours before the battery dies. But thanks for hanging out, guys. That was pretty fun. I think this board's cool, and I'm actually going to probably game on it tonight. I think I'm going to game on it because I'm getting kind of sick of my frog pad. I kind of want, like, actual keys to game on, so I'm probably going to do that. But take care, guys. I will let you guys know on Instagram and the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, actually, description below, there's a Discord. You'll get, like, reminders of when this stuff goes live and stuff. But I'm out for tonight. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time.